Hello and welcome to the Only One Formula YouTube channel. My name's Josh and I'm the guy that's going to be making videos here about Formula One. I thought I'd do a quick introductory video that explains who I am and why I'm such a fan of Formula One. So let's just dive straight into it. In 2008, I had no interest in Formula One, and one Saturday afternoon I heard a news headline on the radio. I'd heard a story about a young German Formula One driver taking pole position in Monza in a car that shouldn't have been on pole. Now, you all, if you're here to watch Formula One videos, you all know that was Sebastian Vettel. And for regards to Sebastian Vettel, the rest is history. So I watched the race on Sunday after hearing the news about qualifying and was blown away by what this German kid could be doing in a Formula One car that wasn't really a competitive car. So I was hooked. I said to my father at the time, he will be a world champion one day, just by the way he drove that day. He was so controlled, so composed. And yeah, I don't think I've missed a race since then. So I'm 15, 16 years into Formula One now. And yeah, it's only getting better now. So to back up who I am, I currently work for Red Bull Powertrains in Milton Keynes. This YouTube channel is not going to be discussing Formula One in regards to working there or doing anything about it. I want to do videos here purely as a fan of Formula One. I want to discuss topics. I want to talk news. I will not disclose anything that happens in the factory, and I will not pass on anything what's happening or anything like that. So please, I don't want to discuss that on here. I started out up to 2016 working in the oil and gas industry. Always been a fan of Formula One and always wishing that I could travel around the world building these cars. I just think that's potentially the coolest job you could ever come across. So I thought I need to get in on this. So applied for jobs and landed a job in the Milton Keynes area for a company called Aerotech Laboratories. They do fuel tanks, not just for Formula One, but they do fuel tanks for 99% of racing series that you will watch. And yeah, I thought if I can get in there, work hard, and if I can get a name on my CV that will be stand out to Formula One teams, that's my connection. So that's exactly what I did. I spent about 18 months working at ATL, working my way through as much as I could. I got promoted to manager in my section, and I got contacted in 2018, the end of 2018, by a recruitment agency, and they said they had a job opportunity at Mercedes, but it was Mercedes HPP in Brixworth. So I went for the interview, got the job, and I started out in manufacturing. I was a balancer, so I balanced various components from crankshafts to compressor wheels to turbines. Anything that needs balance to make sure that it runs seamlessly in the engine, I took care of. And I did about 2 years. I did nearly 2 years at Mercedes. I moved into a different division called pre-rig. Pre-rig is where you simply prep an engine for dyno running. You connect all its ancillaries to it. Obviously, connecting an engine to a dyno is different from connecting it to a car, and to save on dyno time, you prep the engine pre-dyno. So I worked in there as well. And around about 2020, obviously, as everyone knows, the pandemic struck, and some of us were made redundant from Mercedes. Contractors were removed to allow the main core staff to be furloughed. So I was made redundant, and I landed a job building electric vehicles. It's not the industry I wanted to be in, but as you all know, COVID was a hard time for everyone. And then around about early 2022, I heard that an old colleague of mine had moved from Mercedes HPP to Red Bull Powertrains. And I thought, this could be ideal. So I reached out to that colleague of mine and requested to see if there was any work there. And he said he would keep me in mind. And I have to give him full credit here that when there was work, he contacted me immediately. And a month later, I was at Red Bull Powertrains. So I'm in the industry. I see it from the inside. But first and foremost, I am a fan of Formula One. I think my wife is massively tired now of watching races on a Sunday and not going out on a Sunday because I can't miss them. So if you asked her, I'm sure she says she's had enough of Formula One. But ironically, she works for MGP, and so she is CMM inspector for Mercedes. So there is a small amount of rivalry. That's maybe why she wants to go out on a Sunday and not watch the race. So, yeah, I just thought I'd introduce who I was, and I think we should just get straight into the next topic. So I'll see you on the next one.